Hey, I'm Mike Baccarella. In today's lesson, we're going to take a look at two really great minor 2/5 lines from Bill Evans because everybody digs Bill Evans. So let's take a look. Before we get started, if you enjoy the video, please give it a like. That really helps the channel to grow. And if you're new here and you enjoy this sort of content, I release new jazz guitar lesson videos every single week. So please consider subscribing and ringing the notification bell so you can stay up to date on my newest videos. And if you're interested in supporting me further, please consider checking out my Patreon, where I post PDFs for each and every one of my lesson videos, as well as a weekly jazz solo transcription. So for as little as $5 a month, you get access to over 100 lesson PDFs and over 100 solo transcriptions. There's a ton of stuff to practice there. Let's get started. These two lines come from one of Bill Evans' recordings of Autumn Leaves, and he plays it in the key of G minor. So for our minor 2/5, we're playing an A minor 7 flat 5, a D7 altered to G minor 7. Now in this first line, over the 2 chord, over the A minor 7 flat 5, Bill Evans begins by walking down some arpeggios diatonic to that scale. Now for an A minor 7 flat 5 chord, you would usually play some sort of A Locrian, which is the 7th mode of the major scale, which would come from B flat major or G minor. So he starts by walking down a C minor 7. So we have B flat, G, E flat, C, and then he goes down a B flat major 7, A, F, D, B flat. And this works because these chords come from the scale, so it kind of gives us the sound of the key. Now once he gets to the D7, he starts on an F sharp, goes up to a G, and then does a triplet down this E flat, C, A. Now that E flat C A would be our 5th, flat 7, and flat 9 of a D7 flat 9 arpeggio. And from there he goes F, C, E flat, C sharp, and then lands on D. Now that E flat C sharp is an enclosure to D, which is the 5th of our G minor 7 chord. So far we have this. And once you get to the G minor 7, he plays D, B flat, G, A, C, B flat, G, D, F sharp, G. And I really like that little enclosure in there. So here's the full line. In this line, Bill Evans takes some arpeggios and enclosures and creates this really cool sound around this 2/5. In this next line, he's going to play mostly scalier-based stuff. Bill Evans is one of my favorite piano players of all time, and I'm kind of ashamed to admit I haven't listened to that many of his records. I only have a handful of them. So in the comments below, let me know, what are your favorite Bill Evans records? Which ones would you recommend for me to check out? For the second line, to start out, Bill Evans starts on G, which is the flat 7th of the A minor 7 flat 5. And then he plays a B flat, which would be our flat 9 from the Locrian scale, G, G sharp, A. So he's doing this really cool enclosure. And then B flat, C, D, and that's the A minor 7 flat 5 portion of the line. Now for the D7, he grabs an E flat, which is our flat 9, goes down to C, D, which is our root, and then walks down to the C, and then B flat, A, G. So he walks down the scale. And then to land on G minor, he lands on F sharp, which is the major 7. And he plays F sharp, D, E, which is a major 6th, D, F sharp, D. So here's the full line. I love that F sharp over the G minor 7. That major 7 gives us a really cool tension that doesn't really fully resolve. He kind of keeps us hanging there, which is a really cool way to approach a minor 1 chord like this. Playing the major 7 and the major 6 gives us that melodic minor sound. Now we can move this idea up an octave and get almost the same exact fingering. So now we have it in 2 positions. So I hope you enjoyed taking a look at these 2 really cool minor 2/5 lines from Bill Evans. He takes 2 different approaches here. On the first line, he has a lot of arpeggio stuff and some enclosures. The second line, he just has a lot of chromaticism and scalier stuff, and then has some really cool tensions for the 1 chord. These are both really cool things that we can add to our playing that will give our lines a lot of extra interest. So thanks for checking out today's lesson. Keep practicing. I'll see you next time.